Hi, I'm Rocco and welcome to the KidLit TV kitchen. Today we have two friends here in the kitchen, Emily Jenkins and Paul Zelinsky, the team that has created All-of-a-Kind Family Hanukkah. All-of-a-Kind Family, I know that term. It's a series of books, isn't it?
All-of-a-Kind Family was and is a series of chapter books written by Sydney Taylor. She started publishing them in 1951, so a long time ago. I grew up with these books.
My daughters did too.
Yeah, they're wonderful. And they are chapter books about a big family of 5 girls, Jewish family living on the Lower East Side in New York City. And I'm really excited that I got to write a picture book featuring those characters that were invented by Sydney Taylor.
Right. Sydney Taylor brought Jewish culture to mainstream America. You know, children reading these books learned about Jewish traditions and holidays.
And food.
And food. And that's why we're here.
At Hanukkah, people make potato pancakes, also known as Latkes or Latkes, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Basically, all foods cooked with oil are part of the Hanukkah celebration.
And why oil?
It's because part of the Hanukkah tradition is telling the story of a miracle that happened a long time ago in Israel, where there was not enough oil to do the rituals of burning the candles, and yet they burned for 8 days. Candles burning, yes. Potatoes frying.
Potatoes frying. So,
same thing.
How does one make latke?
Latkes are really easy to make at home. We start with potatoes. These are the most important ingredient. These are russet potatoes, and you want a nice fluffy potato like this, not a waxy potato. We have onions, egg, we have salt. We have 2 kinds of oil to fry the latkes in. We have peanut oil and olive oil. And you have matzah meal, which is traditional. But if you don't have matzah meal, you can use regular old flour.
What is matzah meal?
It's made from ground up matzah, and matzah is made from flour. So it's basically flour, but it's been hardened and it has more of a texture.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our potatoes. We're going to peel them. I think I need a bowl.
I have one right here.
Okay, thank you. If you need a grown-up to help you peel potatoes, get a grown-up. Here we have nice peeled potatoes.
Yes.
And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to chop some onion.
I'm going to peel the onion first. You don't want the brown skin in the latke. I think those will fit. Try to put it like that. We'll get every little bit of onion off of here.
What's next is we're going to grate the potatoes.
Oh, grate the potatoes.
We're going to use the food processor.
Okay, let me move this out of the way.
Okay, great.
Okay, we'll put that right back here. We take the potato and we stick it in here like this, like that. And now we do this. And do I just turn that?
Just turn it on.
Keep pushing it.
Good. Another. Go, go, go. Yay.
And
last one.
Okay, that was easy.
Potatoes do this very cool thing, which is they weep. And when you set some shredded potato over a colander, would you get me the colander? They will release liquid, just like they are crying. We're gonna just dump this shredded potato into the colander, and you're gonna let it sit for a little while, and some of the liquid will drain into the bowl underneath the colander. With clean hands, squeeze the potatoes and make them weep a little more. So I like to do that because I like to get my hands messy when I cook. So we're gonna set this to the side for just a little while.
Paul, I just noticed something. The print of your shirt looks familiar. It looks like potatoes and other...
yes, there are latkes on in there. Potatoes, there's a grater, there's onions and eggs and salt and pepper shakers. I just happen to be wearing this shirt
very appropriate.
From a fabric that I just happened to design based on this book I just happened to illustrate.
So the potatoes have wept, and we're not going to use that. I'm going to give that to you, that little bowl of yuckiness. And we're going to put everything together in a bowl. So, potatoes, onions. Do you want to mix it?
Sure.
All right, just give that a little mix. And then Paul, would you crack an egg in there?
I will. What I'm going to do is crack it in here first.
So this was 3 potatoes that we used.
Yeah, it's about a pound and a half of potatoes. And then we did half of a big onion. The idea is that you want to cover all of your little potato and onion shreds with some egg slime.
Egg slime. Okay, is that a cooking term?
Yep. Now we're going to add the matzo meal. I use a 1/4 cup. But again, this is a very forgiving recipe, and what a forgiving recipe means, you know, close enough is good enough. I'm putting a tiny bit more in there now. All right. Now we're going to add a bunch of salt. How much salt? I recommend you pour some in your hand like this, so it makes a nice little pile, and then put it in. So now, with the slimy egg, the matzo meal and salt will stick to that nice, slimy, egg-covered potato and onion. The batter is done, and now we're ready to fry.
So that means we move to the stove. So lead the way, Paul.
Let's go.
Well, here we are. Yes, yeah. So I guess we're going to be cooking in there. What do we need to do?
We're going to turn on the stove. Obviously, a grown-up will do this.
Right, exactly.
And you have to wait for it to get hot. And when it's hot, we're going to put our 2 different oils in. Olive oil tastes really good and is traditional. Peanut oil is good for frying things up really crispy on a high heat. So I like to mix those 2 oils together, but if all you have is olive oil, it's okay. So here is a little of that olive oil for the good flavor. Now, this is a lot of oil because you actually want to really crisp up the sides of your latkes as well as the bottom. So, now that the oil's hot, I'm turning my heat down to medium, and we can spoon the latke mixture into the pan.
Okay.
The size is going to be like up to you.
Right, and see how he's flattening it out? That is good latke technique.
I'll make a little smaller one.
You don't want a big lump. You want a flat pancake. Beautiful.
And how long do they cook on one side?
Till they are brown. You want a nice golden brown color, not burnt.
Not burnt, okay. How do you know when they're ready to turn?
You have to peek, right? You can see they're starting to be golden on the edges, but that doesn't mean they're all the way golden underneath. So if we peek under there, we see it's getting there, but it's not all the way golden yet. So
brown, even. Brown is browner than golden. I like them brown.
You like them brown, okay.
Would you please flip that one and let's see how that goes? That was our first pancake.
Now these are starting to smell good.
Yes, that's a good sign too. Your nose will tell you.
How did I do?
Those are good.
Maybe press it down.
Yeah, Paul's right. You press it down. Right. Yeah, because you want it to be basically flat, right? So after you flip, you press. Okay, this one can go out. Good. Take a little bit of salt. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle on these latkes. Then flip. They'll still be hot, so you want to be careful when you're doing this flipping. Flip, letting them drain on the other side, and that gives you a chance to sprinkle, 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 sprinkle.
And I think these are ready now.
And those are ready. So you put a latke on there, and then we're going to use the traditional applesauce accompaniment.
And some applesauce.
Beautiful. And here's another one.
Some applesauce.
We just go right in. Very good. And crunchy. Next time I'm invited to a Hanukkah celebration, I am going to bring All of a Kind Family Hanukkah as a Hanukkah gift for the house that I'm visiting.
Thank you.
Remember, give a kid a book
For any holiday, no matter what your faith.
and any format.